bit of a, are we on? Is your mic on? Is that my mic that's not on? That's my mic that's not on. Hello everybody. Good to all see you today. Good. A bit of a whirlwind. Let's turn this down. It's a bit bright, this is, isn't it? It's a bit bright. Let's turn that down. Oh, no, wrong way. Yes, there you go. How about that? That's a bit better. Good. Welcome. Glad you could all join us. Sorry we weren't here last week. But yeah, we were in London, weren't we, Lo?
We were.
We were in London. In fact, you were in London all week.
I've been in London all week.
I was so jealous because I love London and I just would love to spend a whole week in London.
What would you do?
Even if I was like working or studying, it's just the fact that you're in London. It's just, I don't know. The big city excites me. But don't get me wrong, I love the quietness of where we live here, but I love the excitement of the big city.
Yeah.
It is nice. It is nice. So, tell us what you've been doing, please, Louise.
Well, I went to London. Yes, but I was in London. I didn't know you're London based. I was in London. I didn't really tell many people because I was a bit anxious about going. Because I was doing my GIA Diamonds and Diamond Grading lab class.
Nice one.
So it's a 5-day course. It's a 5-day course ending on Friday with a 2-stone diamond grading exam, which I'm very happy to say I passed.
Yay! You done it.
Yeah, it was a very, very full-on week. Learnt so much and managed to pass the exam.
Excellent.
Which I was a bit anxious about because I'm generally quite an anxious person about exams and I like to make a drama out of things, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
You do.
I've been told it in the past I am quite a dramatic person.
Dramatic person.
I am a dramatic person.
But usually not for no reason, but usually for, what I'm trying to say is that you're very dramatic. You are not, I don't think you're very dramatic.
Well, you just said I was, but okay.
But I don't think you are that
I know
dramatic.
I am, it's fine, you can say.
But everything usually works out well at the end of it. 9 times out of 10.
I try my best, and I really wanted to go there to learn.
Yes.
And I know I said, if I don't get the certificate, I'll just resit it and get it another time. But I didn't really want the certificate as well. I went primarily to learn, B, to get the certificate because I need the certification to go on and do something else that I want to do.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, you did really well.
I can highly recommend the course. There's GIA. There's a school in London. There's in California. New York, where else? All around the world.
All around the world. Yeah, seven or 8 places around the world.
So it is a full-on course.
Yes.
But yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Good.
I'm just so excited now to
carry on.
Look at all the diamonds, and carry on and do a bit more after a little bit of a break.
So you also sort of hinted that we're going to do like a bit of a podcast on it as well, perhaps. We haven't done one in a while.
We could do. I mean, obviously, I can't talk about. The course content.
No, exactly. But how you felt,
how
you approached it, because it was intense, wasn't it?
It's known to be an intense course because you cover a lot in the 5 days.
Yes.
So I'd done quite a bit of reading around the whole topic before going. I had the lab manual, so I did read that before I went, and I'm so glad I did. So if you are thinking of going, if you can do some groundwork first, it's great because you kind of, I think it helps you to keep up. And if you can just grasp the concepts before you go, the main concepts and the main diamond grading theory, then it's going to be better for you, isn't it? Of course,
yes. Do a bit of research before.
Dropped my stone in the exam. I told you, didn't I? So I wouldn't recommend doing that. But there's 3 things. There's 3 things I would say.
Should we leave it for the podcast?
Okay, we'll leave it for the podcast. But I did drop my stone. Do you want to hear about that, or should I leave that for the podcast?
No, leave that for the podcast as well. Yes,
okay, drop my stone. I'll tell you how I overcame that as well. I had 2 lovely people, my tutor Georgina, who was amazing, and another lady from GIA, just firtling around in the dark looking for the stone that I dropped. And I'll tell you how I overcame that.
Good.
When we did the podcast.
Okay.
Then,
I think it's really worth doing, because we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah.
And this is something that I don't think anybody has really talked about as well. So
you have got to be careful how much information you divulge, I think. So yeah, but I can tell you about my experience.
That's all we're at.
My recommendations if you're thinking about doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And what to do if you drop your stone, which is everybody's worst nightmare.
Yes.
And it happened to me.
And how you felt, how you overcome it.
Yeah.
And
how I managed.
Sort of perhaps the best places to stay around there as well. Because it is because we went up on the Sunday, and then we came back. We went to the Cartier exhibition as well on the Saturday. So really, Monday to Friday, full on, 8 till 4, isn't it? 8 till 4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's intense, isn't it?
It's a lot. It's
intense.
But yeah, an amazing experience, and it's just such a privilege, isn't it, to just go and learn from top experts. That was just, we had a couple of lectures from Mehdi, who is the head of GIA in London, isn't he? And he's also he's just won the Nudge David Wilkinson Trophy, isn't he? So he's is it David Wilkinson Trophy? Yes. So just the opportunity to learn from these people is incredible. Yeah.
Do it if you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. And then, as you say, we went to the Cartier exhibition at the V&A. That was awesome. I managed to bag myself at the book as well that went along with the exhibition. That was good. So you went to see that, see all the jewels close up. That was really, really good. Do you know what? Did you see the number of people that were watching the wax carving of the panthers and the stone setting? Everyone was watching that.
You should have handed out a few cards for the YouTube channel.
Yeah, you can do this. You can do
wax carving, interested in a bit of sand casting, lost wax casting.
You can do that. You can do that. Look at the diploma. Yeah. You can do that.
4 o'clock on a Monday. With it.
We should have prepared for that. So that was really good. It was heaving, and I think it's pretty much fully booked now up until it meant to start April. It's going all the way through until November. But we went on the Saturday and it was packed, wasn't it? You had to wait to go to all the little windows. But yeah, really good.
I was giving a gemology lesson, wasn't I?
You were, yes. You were talking about the star sapphire. And the American woman sidled up to you.
Are you a jeweller?
Are you a jeweller? You know a lot about it.
That's the worst accent I've ever heard.
That's how she was.
She didn't sound like that, but yeah. So yeah.
It was really good.
I explained to her what caused the asterism, and then she was my buddy then, wasn't she, all the way around?
Quickly try and moved away, and just in case she sort of lashed herself on and
that's okay. I
wanted to know what was everything, what piece was everything, and what.
Well, in case I didn't have the answer.
Exactly. If it was diamonds, you could have told her all about them, couldn't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
Brilliant. So that's been our week. That's the reason why we weren't here last Monday. So apologies for that. Also, just want you to say, if you haven't checked it out already, after this broadcast, go back on YouTube and have a look at not the one that just went live today, although that was pretty good. The one before that, we were talking about the Haymaker Sword. Bit controversial, but I gave you my honest thoughts and opinions on that. So if you're interested, go and watch that. That's been a really good, popular film. And very soon we are going to be sort of reviewing the Haymaker Sword, which is that one there, pink. Louise chose that. We're going to be looking at the green line. We're going to be looking at the new concept saw. We're going to be looking at the Durston saw. Notice they're pretty much the same. The Eclipse saw and the little plastic grow base saw. So we're going to be reviewing these 6 saws over the next couple of weeks. We're just going to be talking about sizes, weights, positions, feeling, loading the blades and everything like that.
Good.
What did you think of the Haymaker Sword, Louise? Just to throw it at you.
I think you just get used to a saw, don't you?
Yes.
I think
if that's your first saw and the only saw that you've got,
I'm not going to knock
you
it.
You would use it without a problem.
Because I started off using the Eclipse.
That one there.
Yeah. And then I acquired a green lion saw, and I just started using that. And I've used that now for 6 months. No, not that long.
Really? Okay.
No, I had the Eclipse for a long, long time, and then I had that, and I just like it. I don't know, I can't even tell you why I like it. I could say, oh, it's balanced, it's this, it's that, it's like the way to like, I don't know what it is about it that I like.
Okay.
But I like it.
Yeah.
It's just, but this is the thing, isn't it? And I think that then when I started using something else, I just preferred the green lion, and I can't tell you why.
You can tell us.
No, I can't. Because I don't know why. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I did feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm in more control of it, I suppose. I feel, yeah. And that's yeah.
As I said, I think this part here is so far, if the blade isn't completely upright and it's slightly going backwards slightly, then you got the weight of this. Then
I think as well. I used it on. I did a lot of piercing on a project for a client, and it was a leaf ring. So it was like a skeleton of a leaf, wasn't it? Which I cut out of a sheet of silver.
Yes.
Which would have been a demanding project for me, as somebody who doesn't really like piercing. And I decided to use the Haymaker for that, didn't I? First time I used it. So it probably wasn't a fair test in that respect, so yeah.
I think it was. How many blades did you break?
All right, Andrew, I think it's time to move on now and have a question.
You broke quite a few.
All right.
But then I've broken a few as well, quite a few. Anyway, so yeah, if you want to
we've got all the saws, so this is the other thing, they're so expensive, and if anybody does just want to come and try them all, come over.
Yes, if you want to
just
try them.
Come and try them all.
Yeah, because the Haymaker is like 80 odd pounds, the new concept one's like 80 pounds. You know, these saws are in the 80 pound mark, and I think they are, for what they are expensive compared to just the simple little traditional little grow bay with a plastic handle or the Eclipse with the wooden handles and, dare I say it, the adjustable saws. So it is very interesting, and it is quite a big outlay on those particular saws. So yeah, if anybody is local to us or really wants to come along and have a play with it, try it out. We've got plenty of benches here, we've got plenty of metal. If you've got a pattern you want to cut out, yeah, please come along and
see which one you like.
Yes, yeah, see which one you fancy.
But
yeah.
I think I said last week or the week before, if I break my saw blade when I'm using my green lion saw, and I'm in the middle of doing something, I just pinch your Eclipse off your bench and carry on with that till that saw blade breaks.
And then
then I replace the blade in my green lion. But if I cared that much about which saw I used, I'd obviously just change the blade in the first place, wouldn't I, carry on using it? So yeah, who knows? Probably not the best person to ask in that respect, then, am I?
Well, it's always handy, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
It's always handy to have one or two by the side of you, but yeah.
It'd be interesting to hear your verdict, I think, when you've done your test.
Yes. Should we have a question then, Louise?
Yeah.
4th of August, already, we're into August, as Louise would say, it's the month of decay.
It's the month of decay,
It's the month of decay.
It is.
Things are starting to drop off the trees now. Let's have a question. Should we, Louise? Go for it.
Okay, AK says, my rolling mill is misaligned. It's flat, but I can't make square stock. How do I fix that?
You can't normally make square stock with a flat mill, unfortunately. You may be able to just sharpen up the edges, but you won't be able to make pure square wire. When you roll wire down on a rolling mill, you get flattened edges. It's called Turk's head. Okay, so you get the mills, and every then groove has a little flat on the bottom. So then when you roll your square wire through, you have like a little flat on each edge. Usually that is there to sort of relieve the stress in these sharp corners so the metal does not crack, and that's how they've been for a long time. So if you want a piece of metal that you need nice sharp corners for, you could use a draw plate to draw it through, and that will give you nice crisp sharp edges. But if you have a roller mill and you want to pass your bit of square wire through a rolling mill, to sharpen up the corners, you can do, but it is only a little bit. If you try and make a piece of square wire that say is 4mm, yeah, by 4mm, and you want to take it down to say 3mm, there is a chance that your metal will end up like that. Because when it goes through flat, there's nothing to stop this from sort of moving to the one side slightly. So your metal, if you want to take it down an awful lot, your metal will invariably end up like that, and you will never get it back square if you've only got flat rolls. You may be able to just take this down a little bit to sharpen up those corners by taking it through in this direction, yeah, and then putting it through and turning it 90 degrees and putting it through that way. You may be able to just sharpen up the corners, and if you want to end up with a 4mm square, you would perhaps start off with perhaps 4.2mm and take it down 1/5 of a millimeter just to sharpen up those corners. But if you're trying to roll down square stock on pure flat rolls, they will always end up like that because there's nothing stopping the metal from keeping completely upright. And that's the reason why you have these V grooves in the roller mills. So unfortunately, no, you'll never get it, I'm afraid, is the answer. Long answer to a short question. Yes, Louise.
Okay, Rebecca. Oh, Rebecca. Yes, sorry, I did get your email, but I'm just slowly working my way through them after being away for a week. Andrew's been in the workshop on his own, and I've been, yeah. So yeah, I did get your email. I'll come back to you. Thank you. A general question: how has the high gold price impacted business? Any adjustments as a result? Oh yes, yeah. We've had to change the costs of our repairs.
Yeah.
So obviously we keep a close eye on that. The cost of findings, because we've got a repair price book. Yes. Which people refer to when they're taking in repairs. Yeah. So obviously that needs to be very carefully monitored. Yeah. Because even if there's not a big jump, they creep up, don't they? And before you know it, you're underpricing your repairs.
What's the price today? What's the price today?
I mean, we should really, and we have done in the past once or twice, reviewed old stock. Yes. Gold jewellery that we have, which is old. I say old, I mean like 3-4 years that it's been there, which can happen, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what I tend to do is mark it up to what the price it should be today, but then put it into a sale.
And sell it off at
what the price that it was. Yeah, so the customer can see what it should be now, but I don't, because if you can't sell it at the price it is, you can't really expect to put the price up and sell it. So yeah, I don't know whether that's not unethical. I don't think, is it? Because it is worth that
I think also we've got to think about it, you do have to rethink about the value of your stock.
Exactly.
Because insurance. Yeah. As well, because you insure stock from say 5 years ago when it was quite low. It's been high now quite a while. So 5 years ago, every year the insurance guy comes around and says, right, what's the value of your stock? Do you want to increase it? Don't forget the gold price has gone up, and you really have to increase the price because that is actually the value of your stock. Yeah. Because if it gets pinched, you have to replace it at today's price, not what it was 5-6 years ago.
So in some of the stock that we have from a supplier, the things that we have are what do you call, like, they're staples, the things that they still produce now. Yes. So when we replace it, it would, like you say.
Or if a customer comes along and they say, I like that ring there, but I want it in a size P.
Yeah, you've got to explain the discrepancy.
We've got to order it in at the new price.
And that's happened as well, where somebody has said, and they say, why is it so expensive? And you're selling it for
£100 cheaper.
And you have to try and explain that then, don't you? And they just kind of think that you're doing a dirty, don't you? And you're not. So.
So yeah, but, if the gold price changes a couple of pounds, it's not going to matter too much, because if it drops, you'll make a bit more. If it goes up, you'll make a little bit less. So it's not too bad. But repairs are quite important, especially the findings. You ring up for the price of findings now, and they are ridiculously expensive. Yeah. So you've got to keep on top of it. We monitor the price every day. We don't go changing prices every day, but should it drop by a few pounds, we don't bother doing anything. If it goes up by a few pounds, yeah, we start to look at things then, don't
Yeah.
we, really? Otherwise you'd be changing your prices left, right and centre.
We've got our price book on a, it's on a database, isn't it? So we can just print out pages of it.
Yes.
And it's quite,
Yes.
it's quite easy to review, isn't it? And to,
Yes, absolutely.
to change. So yeah, that's how, I think that's the main things that we've done.
Yeah.
And obviously when we're buying in kind of broken jewellery, obviously it impacts on the price we pay for that as
It's
well.
better-
'Cause we
better for the
track
customer.
that. So yeah, the customer gets paid more.
Chains are really hellishly expensive as well. People come in wanting a chain, and perhaps a few years ago it was like 50, 60 pounds just for a very fine chain. Now it's like 120 pounds, and they look at you really weird. Why are you charging them? But that is the price.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the way it is.
Yeah, Penny said I make to order most of mine. Have to keep an eye on pricing. It's easy to forget. It is, and also my things you have cast. So I've got my range which I get from Jewel Cast,
Yes.
and the prices are going to go up, aren't they? Of course they're going to go up, and then you know they have to put the prices up. I understand that, but then I need to think about how that's going to impact me. So I need to track that as well.
Yes.
And change my
Yeah.
cost of my pieces then
Exactly.
accordingly.
And again, you've got a spreadsheet with that, so you can always just enter the price and it updates it all for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very.
Oh yeah, you don't have to do that, but you've just got to be mindful of it, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. So yeah, it does impact business. Do we make less? Don't make. Do we have less people buying gold?
I think so.
Yes, because people don't want to pay the prices these
More
days.
people are
do
buying
they?
gold plated, I think.
That's another thing that we're selling a lot of the manufacturers doing now, like Gecko, who do like the Laura Ashley and the Alex Monroe. A lot of it now is gold plated on silver, just to bring the price down. And we do have some people come in saying, "Is that gold? Is that solid gold?" And we still say, "No, that's actually gold plated," and it's still a lot of money as well.
It is, yeah.
So that's the way around that we do it, isn't it?
Yeah. Just keep an eye on it, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, Ina is saying, how do I transfer a design onto my silver sheet if there is no protective film for the silver?
You get yourself some, I'm just looking on here, see if I got any, but I don't. Some paper, like masking tape. Don't use like an adhesive, sticky, shiny sellotape. You can use a masking tape. You can draw directly upon the masking tape, or often what we do, we've got like a label printer, haven't we?
Yeah, I do that
And
a lot.
we import an image or a design onto the label printer, and the labels are, what's that?
It's like an address label, isn't
Yeah,
it?
100 mil by 40, 50 mil, and we print that out and we stick it up onto the silver. And you can do exactly the same thing. You can print something out on your printer, and then you can glue that then onto your silver as well, and you can use that. So that's the way that we do it. And you do it quite often, doing your Monstera rings,
Yeah.
Monstera rings and things like that.
You can draw on the sticky, you haven't got to, you know.
Just print out labels, plain
Yeah.
labels, and draw on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
If there's, I would take it off obviously before heating it, because it does create a bit of a stink. It's probably not the best to breathe in if you burn the adhesive, but you can use just a little bit of.
It depends if it's water-based adhesive or spirit-based, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of burns on if you don't clean it off though.
Yes.
But yeah, it's good. It works well.
Yes.
Amco says, sounds like you're becoming quite the expert, Louise. When are you going to write a book? I won't be writing a book. After seeing what you went through writing your book. Absolutely no way, thank you.
I was very lucky because I just did most of it and then you did the rest of it. But if you wrote it, you do it all.
Yeah, no, I saw how much effort and work went into it on your part, and no thanks.
You should do a few videos being a guide, people. I reckon that would be guide. You can be a guide, not a guru, they say. I do like that. This is what I do.
Well, yeah, but then it's because, like, if you can do something, doesn't necessarily mean you can teach something, does it?
No, but you're not necessarily teaching, are you? And this is what I think Instagram is full of. Is full of people who don't have the qualifications, who tell you what they're doing, how they're doing. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that they are wrong, but they don't have any qualifications to back up.
But even if you do, it doesn't necessarily mean, because I know things and I can do things. If I try to explain that to anybody else, they'd go, what are you talking about? Because I'm not naturally an educator, so I can't explain things very well. So I think
I do speak Louise, so I understand basically what you're saying.
I gesture and you understand.
But you could be a guide, and I think a lot of people, especially on the chat here, are interested hearing what you do in getting your qualifications and your learning. So I think there's a lot of guidance that you can give people, and I think that is really valuable.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Oh, William likes his Green Lion. Good, good. And Chris said, I like the honesty in the Haymaker Sword review. Good.
Good.
Important to be honest.
Yes.
Wasn't overly negative, felt objective. Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Thank you.
Good, thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. Peter said, saws are like shoes. There is no objective best. I use the one that feels best in my hand. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's funny, going back to saws, you would have thought that a wooden, or not say a wooden saw, but a nice, smooth, round handle would be really nice in the hand. But the Green Lion is rectangular, and you would have thought that cannot be the most comfortable saw because it is not ergonomic.
It's chunky though, isn't it?
Exactly, but it does work. This is because you find it goes really well in your hand.
I've got quite big hands though, haven't I?
Yes, but it fits in your hand, and it's, yeah, once you've got it in your hand, you don't feel that it's rectangular. If it's your fingers go around it, it comes into the palm of your hand, your thumb comes around the other side.
Yeah.
So it's not really what you think. It's
exactly what Peter said.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. What feels good in your hand.
I just like it. Yeah. Bill said I would review any piece of an item that's over 2 years old. If you haven't sold it in 2 years, it's going to be difficult to move on. Yeah, I mean, what do they say? Is it 3 to 5 years for jewellery? I can't remember. Somebody told me a little while ago. It's, yeah. Yes. And sometimes I think, should I give that a bit more of a chance? But yeah. Stuart says, I have a ring shank that has come away from a bezel containing a small labradorite cabochon. I'd like to solder the ring shank back onto the bezel, but how best can I protect the stone?
You won't be able to. Because what I did...
Can you make another bezel for
What I did the other day is I was just trying to do a little bit of a cheat. It didn't work, unfortunately. So what I had was a nice sort of thick bezel, and we had on the top a nice cabochon ruby, and there's some little inclusions in it. And on the side of here were a couple of stirrups going around, and then from there, there is the shank going round. Okay, so I thought, what I'm going to do, this was twisted, and I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stretch this slightly. It didn't work. Whoever made it, the solder joint on this little bit of a edge here, didn't solder it very well, and it's actually come away from the bezel here. Now, as you say, with your stone and with this stone, this is a cabochon ruby. There's far too many inclusions in this, and you wouldn't really heat up a ruby anyway. But I do love heating up rubies because you love to see them turn green and then turn back red again, providing...
Oh, if you're lucky.
I've been lucky so far. But I'm not taking any chances with this cabochon ruby because of what's within the stone. So there is no way I am going to consider soldering, and neither should you, if it's right next to your stone, because you can damage the stone. So what you have to do is take the stone out, resolder it, reset the stone. And there's nothing around that, no way around that. Unless you've got access to a laser. I could come along with my PUK and puck it. But the problem is, if you've got the bezel here, okay, and there's your cab there, and you have your little whatever it is here, this on the side here, you can puck this area here, you can puck that area down there, but you can't puck the inside.
You're no better off than when you started, are you?
Exactly.
Really? You've just got a weak joint.
So you're only just pucking the outside surface, you're not getting into it, so it's not going to be the best joint. Sure, there are ways around it by filing it all the way down and infilling a lot of potch.
Is that going to look tidy then?
You'd have to then come along and file it. afterwards. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the ruby, solder it back and reset the ruby. And that's the best way to do it. And that would be the best way to do your job as well, Stuart. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Fire away.
Good. M. Vaughan Green says, if I am making a flower with 4 layers and a setting in the centre, would I sweat solder with different hard to soft solder?
You've done something like this, haven't you?
I didn't do 4 layers. I think I've done a maximum of 3. And yes, I did start with hard. Depends how you're going to construct it. Is it like a cup?
Is it like Mary Thomas's, perhaps like that?
Mary's.
Rose.
Oh, right, okay. If it's like a cup, then obviously gravity's your friend, isn't it? When you're...
Yeah.
You just solder one on top of the other. And I suppose you can get away with... Yeah.
Camera's not on me yet.
Okay. It depends, yeah, how you're going to put it together, I guess.
Yeah. So I think that, something like that.
Because when I've done them all in a cap, bum, bum, bum. But then you've got to solder that on a post or on a ring or on a...
Yeah.
And then you've just got to make sure it doesn't all fall apart, haven't you?
So yeah, so that's exactly that. So yeah, so if you have a setting in the middle, you'd have a post on it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd have a hole then in each, say, domed cup. And perhaps, yeah, you could sweat solder down here initially, sweat solder by here, sweat solder, and perhaps bit by there. Assemble it all.
Could I do them all at the same time? Yeah.
Pull it tight, or turn them upside down, so they're going that way. So gravity then is pulling that down.
Yeah.
And then you could heat them all up and they'll all solder together. That would be the best way to do it, I think.
Could you, so you drill a hole in each one,
Yeah.
thread, 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 thread,
Yeah.
and then you put the solder on the back.
Yeah, or yeah, don't thread it. Sweat solder just around the point of the hole. So when it all goes together, you just got to heat it and all the solder go to it. Otherwise, you're never going to get your bit of solder in down here, are you? So sweat solder it so the solder stays there.
But if they're all in contact, the solder at the behind the biggest cup will just flow down.
May do, yeah. Yeah.
And hopefully just attach them all.
Yeah.
But then if you want a space in between them, obviously you've got a different scenario.
Yeah. But I think something like that would work, yeah? Because I think you've done that, haven't you? You've done
similar
like
to that. I don't think I had that many. I can't remember, but it's, yeah.
You've had 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you poppy, wasn't it? Did you poppy?
I can't remember. I did it on, I think it was just, I don't know, something with a pearl in the middle, I think. Yeah.
Okay. That's what we would do, yes.
Yeah, it's quite satisfying.
Good. Is that another question, no?
Good. Instagram is a fountain of ideas, not knowledge. Yeah. Yeah. That's it for questions for a minute.
Okay. So I just added my hydration to my watch, that's all.
Oh, well done.
Thank you. Yes, so yeah, that's how we would sort of approach that particular subject. There we go. Good.
Bill says, one way I've created a flower is to layer up the flower petals, then drill a hole through each and every one, thread a wire of hard solder through all the holes where the wire is the half. Where the wire is the half.
I think, yeah, there's a friend of ours is on Instagram, Mary Thomas. I'll put it on there and you can go and follow her. Marithhomas. And she was commissioned to make this gorgeous 18-carat rose, wasn't she? And she's done an Instagram post and she shows you the layout, how she's done it with the outside of the petals. And that'd be great to go and see, and that's basically how she was done it as well.
It's really lovely.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice 18-carat, but that was a nice job. Nice commission to have, 18-carat. Good. I love it.
I want to start learning about wax carving. What do do you suggest for how to start? Are you following wax carvers on Instagram? Sandy at Wax Carvers. There's a website as well, and Sandy does the most amazing online tutorials.
She does.
So there's lots and lots of classes on there, all wax carving related. They're all brilliant. And last year I bought the Wax Carvers Advent Calendar, which I've still yet to finish. But I just think December's the worst time for me to start anything, isn't it?
It is.
But the great thing about it is I still have the projects that I haven't completed. I still have access to the tutorials. I still got the waxes as well.
Yes.
I've still got all the materials. I've still got the films. So I can still access them, and I can still basically benefit from the learning.
Yep.
So yeah, check that out definitely. And I think the website, let me just see the website.
And there's a few books out there as well that you can buy. I think we sell them. Do we sell the wax? Do we have the wax one in the store at atthebench.store? I think we got one of the wax by Russell, and also a really good book to buy. Was it Elsa?
Elsa Tierney. Yeah, that's a wonderful book.
Thierry.
Tien. Yeah. EY? Yes, I think that's it.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. I'm just going to pop Sandy's website into the chat as well. I've just put it into the chat. Ooh. I've just put it into the chat for you. Yeah, wonderful, brilliant tutorials.
Yeah.
There's the book.
Yes, so that's Elsa Tierney. She just got.
Have we got this book, Wax Carving for Jewellers?
I think I'm not quite sure. Maybe we still have Russell's book.
Russell Lonsborough and Daniela Tastinale together wrote a wonderful book about wax carving.
That's quite a nice, inexpensive book, about £20.
Yeah, I'll pop that in the chat for you as well. And obviously Sandy, Elsa Tierney's book is another one. We got another one.
There's quite a few books out there.
There's a few with the black and white pictures.
Yeah.
And I found that a little bit more difficult to follow.
Yes.
But these are the ones I really love. And this book, Art of Wax, it's called.
Yeah.
This book.
It's really good. Nice pictures.
It's got tutorials, but it's got beautiful photography and lots of lovely, like I say, tutorials, but lots of other information about the history of wax carving. And yeah, generally very, very interesting book.
In the chat
so I'll put that in as well. Art of Wax. There you go. It's brilliant.
Yeah, we got quite a few books on wax, and we got one or two others.
They're my go-tos.
Japanese guys. He's got two of his. Oh, Matt. I can't remember the guy's name. The name escapes me now.
They're my favourites.
Yes, but they're the best. Nice, simple, basic.
I was going to just mention something else. Oh, Elsa Tierney's bringing out another book.
That's the one.
No, I do know it. Hang on.
Mitsuru.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Mitsuru Hikimi.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Japanese.
See, this is why I don't teach anyone anything.
The Japanese art of like wax folding, isn't it?
It's like stretchy wax. It's fun, yeah, but
it's made with paraffin, beeswax.
Yes, yeah.
But that book's coming out. We've ordered that on Kickstarter as well.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, so that's coming out as well. So we got the wax here. Again, it's just finding time to play.
Yeah.
It really is finding time to play. So we got that. We got that. I'm looking forward to that book. That's going to be another good book. I think it's due for release.
Mitsuru Hikimi. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
That's the one. Yes, I think that book's coming out end of the year, perhaps, or beginning of next year. Ooh,
it's going to be lovely.
It's going to be good. That my book's out next year. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be good. Definitely going to be good.
Yes, Art of Wax is a good one.
Good.
So yeah, go and check them out, basically.
So yeah, that's what I'd recommend.
I can't remember whether we have that wax book in the store now. Actually, I cannot remember. Oh, that's
Yeah.
Sandy there, is it? Hi,
That's Sandy, yeah. So there's
cool.
online classes, and she does in-person classes now as well. But obviously, because we're in the UK, I've just done the online courses, which
Because
are
where
great.
is she? Sweden? Norway? Where is she?
I don't know. I've had brain overload this last week, Andrew. And I love the fact that the photos on the website of all the projects are really, really clear as well. Like you can just have a little look, pick what you want to do.
Yes.
And they're all labelled with levels of complexity as well. So
Okay. Have you put this in the chat as well?
I have put this in the chat already.
Brilliant.
So there's advanced, intermediate and beginner levels. Yeah.
And the advent calendar is a
Depending on
great
how
way
much you want to challenge.
to start as well. If you want to have a wax overload, isn't it?
This is what I like. I mean, I love wax carving, and since I got my wax carvers
You're
advent
good at
calendar.
wax carving.
Thank you.
You really are good at wax carving.
It's because of this. And I haven't even finished it. It's an advent calendar, but I call it a course because by the time you get through it, yeah, my wax carving skills have greatly improved.
They really have.
So
and the best thing,
it's not the same cost as a chocolate advent calendar, but obviously,
yeah,
I'm quite good at wax carving now.
And the best thing about the wax fact is you don't need an awful lot of specialist equipment. You don't even need the wax carving tools. You could get away with just a scalpel and a file, and you can adjust the blades. You can reshape blades.
You can use just pottery tools. You don't really need anything particularly.
Wax carving tools are like £8, £9, £10 if that.
And it opens up a whole new world, doesn't it, in terms of what you can design, what you can make, and if you do some wax carving and then watch our Delft clay casting workshop.
You can do your Delft clay casting. Yes.
And you can cast them.
Someone's asking, where did you buy that advent calendar from?
That was from Sandy from Wax Carvers.
And did you put down the...
It was on the website, the waxcarvers.com. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So that's where I got the advent calendar. I think there's two different ones, yeah. So I'm going to have to make sure I finish my one that I've got before December. So so then I can have the new one.
It's good.
But yeah, I'm the wax carving girl in the workshop now.
You are very good.
Anytime there's wax to be carved, I'm the one who does it.
Wax. No, you are good. You were so good, I didn't believe that you actually made one of the waxes. I thought you actually bought it in because it was that good. I was that impressed. Excellent.
Good.
Any more questions coming
in? Not at the minute, no.
No.
No. Good.
Oh, it's all
Fabulous. Good. Yeah. Fab.
Good. Okay. What else should we? It's just back to work now tomorrow, isn't it? For me.
Pretty much. I've taken the day off. This is why I've just come in my slobbing about the house clothes because I've taken the day off. I've just come in for this, haven't I?
Yes. But yeah, I do love London.
Mm.
If we'd had more time, we could have gone and seen Bill.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
No time at all. Just too busy rushing around. I love London. Okay. Good. Anything else we need to say?
Any tips on casting brass?
No, never cast brass, I'm afraid. I've never had the need to cast brass, so I don't know, unfortunately. Don't know. Never had. I would assume you can use the same type of crucible that you use for gold, though don't use the same crucible as you use for precious metals, so keep that crucible purely for brass. I would have thought it's exactly the same. I'm sure you've got to use the flux and you can cast it using Delft clay in exactly the same way. So I think that should be okay. You could get away with that, no problem at all. Yes. A few more questions there?
Yeah. Roisin is saying, is there a simple or recommended way to modify / redraw a template for a hollow ring? For example, if I know the ring size, cabochon size, height, etc., is there a recommended way to draw out the template?
Yes.
Oh, I tried to modify the one on the resources page and it looked like a volcano on my finger. I've seen online people use maths formulas, but it looked so complicated.
It is complicated. So you're talking about making up this. That sort of shape, aren't you? So basically this is going to be the top part up here where the stone's going to go. This here is going to be the side here. And then this is going to be the shank coming round like that. So yes, I have no idea what the maths is like, but I'm just going to go onto my bookshelf and hopefully I've got what you need on an old bookshelf. Here we go. Here's one of the two books that I've got by Alan Revere. Definitely go and buy this book. It is called, oops, lights on that, Professional Goldsmithing, Professional Jewelry Making. There's two versions. I got both versions. I bought the first version when it came out like 20 years ago. And there is in here the project of what you exactly are talking about. If I can quickly find it. Yes, 165. So I think there is a mathematical equation. No, there's no mathematical. He's just giving you the size. Okay, so we've got that. Try and zoom in on here for you so you can see. So that is what we're looking at, is this here. These are the dimensions for what he's saying. Definitely get this book, Professional Jewelry Making. And as I said, there's two versions for this particular book. I was hoping that there would have been a bit of how to do it in the back, but I cannot remember if it was in here. There isn't, no. So you're going to have to try and work it out for yourself, unfortunately. But the way I can see it is the fact that obviously these areas, we'll try and get it onto here. So obviously this area here from there to there, this length that we've got by here is going to be the circumference of the finger size. This is going to be how high the stone is off the finger. And then this here is going to be half the circumference of the stone. And I think once you know all these dimensions, because you're going to know the circumference of the finger, so you can draw that. You know the half of the circumference of the stone, so you can draw that. You know how high it's going to come off the finger, and you should be able then to make a little template for that as you've got there. And that would be the way to do it. So I don't know. This configuration will result in a size 8 ring with a 16mm round top that fits approximately 4mm above the finger. So don't forget, we've got 6mm here, but you obviously got to allow for the inside of the ring. So that's it. So that's what that is, but you're going to have to try and work that out for yourself, I'm afraid. So I can't really answer your question, but that would be the way. So even though that was 6mm, it stands 4mm above the finger. This is going to be the circumference, and that's going to be half the circumference of the stone. And from there you should be able to draw it out. Obviously then this is the width of the shank at the bottom down here. That's A there. And that'll be B there. And that will be there. So there we go. Yes, Lynn, any more questions? That's all I can answer, I'm afraid, with that.
Yes.
I don't know the exact formulas.
Hayes man, I'm thinking to get a hokey torch because I want to cast and solder bigger sheets of silver on copper. I guess a hokey is more suitable than a little torch.
Personally, I would go for a Smith's little torch. Personally, you're going to have oxygen and propane with that, and even though the nozzles look small, I think there's like a number 6 or a number 7 nozzle on it, it really does melt a good 2 to 3 ounces of metal. And if you find that they are a little bit on the small side, you can always buy page tips, P-A-I-G-E, page tips, and I find that they are good as well. Or if you want to keep melting down and not buy anything too expensive, you can always buy the melting down burner that screws onto the Smith's little torch. So personally, I would always go for the Smith's little torch myself. obviously being in the UK, we don't have access to the Haymaker torch over here in the UK, I'm afraid. Yes, Lou?
Okay. Sarah says, I need to repair a diamond pendant which has a half jump ring at each side for the chain, but one has worn. Should I remake or risk using thermogel to protect the diamond?
Thermogel is not going to protect the stone because what you're trying to solder on is in direct contact with the stone. If you do try using thermogel, I don't think you're going to be able to heat up the bezel enough to solder a new jump ring on. Personally, I think it depends upon your skill and depends upon the diamond as well, because yes, in theory you can heat up a diamond, but if the diamond has things like feathers,
fracture filling, I mean, yeah, and you could burn it.
Yep. You could burn it.
They burn from like 800 degrees, don't they? So, and that's going to be well within the temperature your torch is going to reach.
Yeah. Yes, if I just quickly draw that there for you to see. So, yeah, so obviously these little rings have worn thin. Now, we're quite lucky we've got a Lampert Puck, PUK machine. If you've got access to somebody who has an Orion, if they've got a laser welder, this is very simple matter, just rebuilding this jump ring without putting heat anywhere near any of this. The problem is if you're going to put your flame here to try and build this up, so you want to try and build it up with a little bit of solder, that would be the best bet in this case. Because the little jump ring is in contact with the bezel, if you want to solder on a new jump ring here and here, this bezel has to get up to the temperature of a melting solder, and that bezel is in contact with the stone. And if there's anything in the stone, the heating up could magnify and ruin the stone itself. So I would personally not try and solder a new jump ring on it. What you could do is use some easy solder and don't necessarily put cool heat on the stone, but just protect the stone, perhaps perhaps just put a little bit of metal in by here.
Can you put it in, I was going to say water.
You could put it in water.
Because you're going to burn the thermogel, aren't you, straight away?
Yes. Yes.
So that, but it's still a bit of an experiment, isn't it? Because you don't really know
what's going to happen.
The last time I tried to put a stone in water, I put it in a little glass ramekin, heated the whole thing, and the glass ramekin shattered.
The direction of your torch is aimed at the ramekin.
I know, I didn't do that again, yeah.
But if you have your pendant here and you have the torch on this side, if you can stop the heat of the torch going this direction by perhaps put a thin bit of metal just as a shield and then heat this up here, because this jump ring is quite thin and it is going to heat up quite quickly, you should be able to just build up that jump ring with a little bit of solder, because then this is going to heat up quickly, this isn't.
Could you grab it across the with a third hand?
You could put something across here, you could hold on to it with like a third hand across here to hold on to it, that would
take the heat.
Countersink the heat. Exactly. Well done, Louise. You pay attention. But yeah, and then the solder, easy solder, that you'd be able to build up that jump ring, and then you can solder your chain on afterwards. Yeah, with another jump ring going through, and then you can put all your cool heat down here to protect this, so this doesn't come undone, and solder that jump ring that goes through the chain there. So that would be the way that I would approach that. Yes, in that way. But you've got to be so careful, no matter what stone it is. You may think it's okay, diamonds are going to be fine, because what a lot of people say, just think of like the American flag or the Union Jack, red, white and blue. So any stones that are red, like a ruby only, you can heat. Blue, you can heat. Sapphires and diamonds, the white ones. But it's just a simple general rule of thumb, but it doesn't always work that way. Because the stones have got to be excellent. And usually excellent stones, you could easily damage them, yes.
Synthetics should be okay.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
If you've got synthetics, you can hopefully heat them all day long.
Yes, you can.
I don't know about Certainly synthetic corundum.
Yes, you can.
Don't know about diamonds, probably.
Yeah, I thought so, yeah. We'll do an experiment, shouldn't we? Let's heat up a diamond, but this is a real diamond.
You're going to burn it, aren't you? That's the other thing. If you heat a diamond enough, it's going to burn whether it's synthetic or not.
Well, we won't do that then.
So we won't do that. Let's not do that. Good. Trevor says, I used to break a lot of saw blades, but having listened to your excellent advice, I now find I can keep using the same one until it eventually becomes blunt.
Good.
Cool. Is there any use for blunt blades?
Mixing up your epoxy resin. That's always very good. And should you be using paste solder and the tip becomes blocked or becomes heated and the flux in it starts to solidify, you can always shove a saw blade up the nozzle to loosen it, or keep a saw blade up there to stop it going hard. You can always pull the saw blade out and you'll be able to then to squirt the paste out. But why are you using paste, I don't know.
Okay,
Sorry.
Pamela has a question
Yes.
about annealing silver.
Yes.
It has been mentioned that silver can be over annealed. I don't understand that concept. If not heated to the point that it melts, what are the problems?
I think it just alters the crystalline structure. I don't know exactly what happens, but I guess it's to do with the crystalline structure of the metal changes. And whilst you don't realise there's anything apparent with the silver, if you've overheated it, it could become very brittle as a result of it. So overheating is not necessarily, it's annealing temperature and it's overheating and then it's melting, but it's just that stage. And this is why you should never anneal with bright lights around you, because you want to keep an eye on the colour of the metal. If you have bright lights around you, you cannot see the colour because the bright lights gives a very false sense of look. So if you heat two pieces of metal, one with no light on it or a very dark corner and one with very bright lights, and you're heating them at the same time, you will be able to see the colour of the one that is not in a brightly lit area easier. And as soon as that becomes a slight dullish pinkish red, you stop heating. But if you keep the same pieces of metal under a bright light, you won't be able to see that colour because the bright light sort of changes it completely. And sometimes then you will overheat that piece because people say, yeah, look for this nice pink colour of metal, but actually you've taken it too far. A lot of people will use Sharpies to put upon the piece of silver so they know when it's the right temperature, when it's been annealed. I personally don't do that. The formula of Sharpies has changed recently, so I've been told. And if you do it, only use a black Sharpie because the other colours don't work, don't give the right heat. But just do it by eye. Turn off your lights, turn off your overhead light, do it in a darkened corner, and then you should be able to see the colour.
I think you know when you've under annealed because the piece isn't soft.
It's still hard, yeah.
And also I think if you over anneal, the other problem is you could be introducing fire scale.
Definitely.
But I didn't know that you could borax your piece before annealing it.
Yeah.
Or you should borax your piece before annealing
protect
it.
the surface.
That came as news to me recently.
That's why I like fire scoff, because it's in the spray container. You just warm up the surface, you spray your fire scoff onto the surface, fire scoff hits the surface, the water evaporates, leaves a nice film and protects your silver from the oxygen.
We got that in the store?
Yes, we do. It's not cheap. It's about 9,
is that why I'm
10,
not allowed
12
it?
pack. Yeah, we never use this. It's too expensive. It's too expensive.
But it works, it's good.
too expensive, yeah. I'd rather just stand there or sit there for another 5 or 10 minutes and remove the fire scoff rather than spend 15 quid on some fire scoff.
I'm going to treat myself to some fire scoff.
Oh, well done. Good. Any more questions? Last question. No more questions. One last question, then we'll go.
All right. William says, over annealing silver is to do with the copper content in the alloy and how much copper interacts with the silver in the alloy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Good.
it just produces fire scale, and yeah, it's hell to get off. So the thing is not to overheat it. Look at the colour. Make sure it's not too bright. Good. Should we go?
Yes. Yep.
Good.
It's 5 o'clock.
Yes. So don't forget, if you haven't watched the film, watch the film on the Haymaker Sword. I tried it for 7 days. I give you my reaction. And thank you for that. It wasn't a brutal, but it was just my personal opinion. And I made it a little bit light-hearted with throwing little things in there like the swerving caravan, the pendulum, and the always rains in Wales. What? Have you watched it?
I think I did. I did see it last week. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sure I did.
I made you watch it.
Yeah.
You are now going to watch this. Yeah. So there we go. Good. All right. We shall leave you all to it. Think of a maraschino cherry for metal colour.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do love a maraschino cherry.
Yeah.
Good. All right, everyone. Cool. We're going to go. Don't forget, give this film a thumbs up. And look at the other film that went live again today. We're talking all about Delft Clay Casting because that's a real popular topic for that. Thank you, Banquo. Thank you very much indeed. Enjoy the rest of your week, everybody. And we will see you next Monday. Be an interesting week.
Yeah.
Excellent. Louise, say goodbye.
Bye.
Everyone, take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Keep an eye out on a usual thing on our socials and that sort of thing for anything that's going to be happening during the weeks. Okay, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.